One time for the elect, two times for the elect, three times for the elect. All praise BTI. All beautiful praises BTI. All magnificent praises BTI. The Most High Yah, may his name be magnified forever. Baruch haba Bashem Yahuwah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming back with another video. Yes, indeed. Now, okay. First and foremost, I want to make this clear. Matter of fact, no, I take that back. Salaki, I want to make a declaration right now. What time it is? Let me see. It's 2:58. I'm making a declaration at 2:58, and it's Tuesday, April 16th. All right. You will inevitably destroy yourself trying to destroy someone else. I'm gonna repeat that. You will inevitably destroy yourself trying to destroy someone else, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know why it's like this? You want to know why it's like this? I'm going to tell you why it's like this. Because by the Almighty, being a creator, constantly creates. He constantly creates. There's not 1 minute he's not creating. That's what the Lord's Prayer says at the beginning. Our Father who art in heaven. Okay, so if we look at the word art, it means to create. So if we just, just replace art and just put the definition of art in the Lord's Prayer, it said our Father who creates in heavens, right? So anyway, I don't mean to digress with that one. So he constantly creates. And you know one thing, with creation comes evolution. With evolution comes growth, okay? And with growth comes ascension, okay? Anyone who is a enemy of someone else's progress makes them an enemy of the Almighty by default. Just by default. I'm gonna repeat that again. Being an enemy of someone else's progress makes you an enemy of Yah by default. Okay? Because I learned this, a long time ago. I learned this a long time ago. In prison. I learned this in prison. I have I've been in prison for like 13 years. Okay? So I have seen guys come in, get out, come in. I've seen guys come in, get out, come in again, change their whole life, right? I seen these things, prison has a way of doing that. But anyway, the problem is, us as people, and I'm just talking about us as people as a collective. It doesn't matter if you indulge in these tendencies or not, we still are, a part of a collective, we all bleed the same, we sweat, we do all that type of stuff, hair grow, all that type of stuff, so I was the same. But anyway, what was I at? My bad, y'all. I'm taking my little scroll, man, in nature. I ain't gonna show my surroundings, because I'm real cutthroat like that. But anyway, Yeah. See, I learned a long time ago to never underestimate a person's growth. I learned a valuable lesson not to ever underestimate a person, period. Okay? And see, I learned the hard way. I learned that the hard way, ladies and gentlemen. I learned that the hard way. See, I was younger, right? High-headed. I ain't had no sense. On the slick, depressed, and all that type of stuff like that. And I've been there for a minute, you know what I'm saying? I won a lot of fights and all that type of stuff. All that, I ain't glorifying that. That's irrelevant. I'm just telling you the story. So anyway, I started feeling myself. You know what I'm saying? Started to take on like this demeanor of, like, I wouldn't say a flat out bully, but I had bully tendencies if only if I didn't like you, put it like that. So, I underestimated this man. I underestimated him. I ain't gonna lie. I underestimated him. You wanna know why? Because he was quiet. You know what I'm saying? I underestimated him because, he stayed to himself. He stayed to himself. He really ain't just, you know what I'm saying, like, he ain't really bothering nobody or nothing like that. But, by me being so young and, narcissistic, thinking the world around me, revolve around me, and, thinking that I'm entitled to be greeted by you, this guy looked at me like I was just a normal person, you know what I'm saying? But my young mind felt disrespected. Get it? My young mind felt disrespected. So I underestimated him, you know what I'm saying? In my feelings. Man, we got into it one day. And it almost turned, you know what I'm saying, into something. I ain't gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying, exactly the whole story, man, because I don't feel like it's relevant enough to express the whole thing. Well, it'd probably be relevant enough, you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to say it because, you know what I'm saying, what went on in there, you know what I'm saying? I did some stuff, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I did some bad stuff to people, bro. But yeah. But see, I learned. But anyway, yeah, man, got into it and stuff like that. And it was over with. But see, I thought it was over with. Man, when I least expected it, fam had came up and clucked me. I'm talking about, boom! Almost knocked me out. I had to been like about 19. Almost knocked me out. For real. Caught me off guard at the microwave. See, I thought that it was over because, you know what I'm saying? But see, after it happened, you know what I'm saying? And, once I shook back, true enough, we fought after that, you know what I'm saying? But, it was a lesson learned here because after, like, when my adrenaline went down, I couldn't help but to think. I couldn't help but to reflect. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, see, this what makes us reflect. What makes us reflect is when we are caught by surprise. What makes us reflect is when we feel like we have it figured out. When we feel like, you know what I'm saying, okay, got him where I want him, he's this, he's that. But see, no. Everything is not always what it seems. Because just because you would react in a certain way, that doesn't mean that other people would react a certain way. You feel what I'm saying? So, we have to stop projecting our mentalities on other people, automatically assuming that they would have the same reaction you would have in these type of situations. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of my lessons and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It was one of my lessons. That was a lesson learned. I'm glad I went through that. It hurt. It did. It did hurt. I ain't gonna lie. And it was embarrassing. I ain't gonna lie. But my name was so good to the point where, you know what I'm saying? The guy was like, man, that man just snuck you, man. Oh, yeah, I couldn't go out like that, but anyway. But yeah, man, we can't underestimate people. We can't be enemies. We can't be an enemy of someone else's progress because we don't have the same attributes. See, the problem is people are too focused on other people and what they have, what they have going on, how they think, or whatever the case. People are so focused on other people to the point where they stunt their own growth. You know what I'm saying? You can't focus on other people. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us are different. All of us, have our own gifts. All of us have our own purpose, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But we renege our individuality, constantly focused on Tom, Dick, and Harry. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm talking about? Man, I'm so glad I've been to prison. I ain't gonna even lie. I am so glad I went to prison, man. Real talk. I have no regrets. I have no regrets whatsoever. None. Because I know exactly where I stand with y'all. I have no regrets. I know what's up with me. You know what I'm saying? So, we just can't do that. We just can't do that, man. We have to have our own individuality. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, bro, envy is the only sin that no one confesses to. That's what make it the most deadliest sin. That's what makes envy the most deadliest sin, because it's the only one that no one will ever confess to. Ever. 85% of the deaths in the world come from somebody envying somebody else that they close to. Don't get it twisted. Strangers ain't killing strangers. Don't get it twisted, man. Don't get it twisted. Strangers ain't killing strangers like that. The only time a stranger kill another stranger is if them strangers get into a random altercation and it just turns out for the worst. That's the only way. But as far as just a stranger, you know what I'm saying, checking you out of here, no, they ain't doing that. When people get checked up out of here, best believe there's somebody close involved with that, because they the only ones in your vicinity that actually know how you move. Never, I don't care what nobody tell you, never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Never put 100% trust in man. Never. You have to be like water out here. You have to be like water. Shout out to Bruce Lee. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all what Bruce Lee had said. Bruce Lee had said you have to be like water. You pour a water into a cup, it becomes a cup. You pour water inside of a bottle, it becomes the bottle. If you pour water inside of a teapot, it becomes the teapot. So you must be water, meaning you must be able to adapt to any environment, whether it be Candyland or it be the trenches or it be hell. You gotta be like water. You gotta come to the point. You gotta come to the point where you walk through any situation unscathed. Just keep walking. Just keep, it's gonna hurt or whatever the case may be, but just keep walking. Just keep on going. Real talk. But anyway, you know, feel like I got my main point across. I guess. I feel like I got my main point across. But yeah, man, I'm about to finish chilling out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting this this sunlight, man. Getting me some of this energy, man, because I need this energy right now. I need all the source. I need everything. I want it all. We want it all, rather. Salaki. Ain't making no deals. One time for the elect. Shalom.